All right, guys. Well, welcome back to another Freedom 35 or Sit Down. This is the series where we get to know more about artists and creators in the CNFT space. My name is Tommy. I go by TOMMY.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I am the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
And tonight we're joined by Damian, the founder and creator of CardanoTrees, the first ever evolving art collection on the Cardano blockchain. Damian, thank you for joining on with us tonight. It's great to have you.
Thank you. Glad to be here. It's amazing. I really like your podcast. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Thank
you. Yeah.
We appreciate you for listening.
Hey, we definitely like CardanoTrees. We talk about it all the
100%.
time. So
yeah. So Damian, I know a lot of this stuff, usually how we introduce and start these things off before we get going into these is we always ask, and especially for you, what actually got you into Cardano and specifically the CNFT space in general?
Yeah. No, I started in blockchain this year in February, I think.
Mhm.
I saw some videos of charts and really fall in love with the idea of Cardano in general, the philosophy behind Cardano and all that stuff. And then I think, like everyone, I saw the space bus.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I really like to learn new things and trying everything. I really like to make everything, understand how it works and that kind of things. And then I start trying to learn how Cardano works, how NFTs works in Cardano. I start my nodes here in my home using the Armada Alliance tutorials, using Raspberry Pi. And then I start different I try to learn different things, and then I evolve different ideas about different projects about related to NFTs.
Mhm.
But I really like to make something new or something different. I really like to learn things, and always I try to make things in a different way.
Yeah.
And then I really discard a lot of projects because I was working in something and then I saw that someone launched that and then I threw away. And then I start another idea and again I saw something similar and then threw it. And then I saw that there are nothing related to something that evolves.
Mm-hmm.
And then based on that, I started working in something that evolves in time.
Yeah.
And related to Cardano, because Cardano is a low power consumption blockchain,
Mm-hmm.
and could be a really carbon neutral blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of something that evolves, then I decided to make something related to trees, about trees.
Yeah.
And then I start doing something about that. Yeah.
So I was looking at it because this is one of the first bigger mints that I'd gotten into earlier because you launched back in August 24th, I believe it was.
Yeah. August 24th.
So and it was a 10,000 collection that sold out that first day, and I know everybody got pretty hyped about it. And it was an on-chain, right? It was the first on-chain, evolving art project on there. And I think most of what people, originally saw at that time, when it displayed on like, say, CNFT, you saw that static just picture image of what it was. So, but a lot of people at first didn't understand what the trees itself was. I think it was the main thing on that until you actually clicked into it and either went to the pool.pm to actually see that it was a living, breathing thing that was moving back and forth and evolved day-night cycles, rain, snow. So that was something that was definitely interested in. I think
that
it kind of took off.
To me.
Oh, blew me away.
I talked about that.
Oh yeah,
same thing. Like that was one of the first projects, Damian, that Tommy actually bought on Cardano, and that was before I think we were actually in it. TJ,
yeah,
so you were showing that to us, Tommy, and all I had seen was the picture of the base picture of the circle with the tree background. And I was like, okay, so that's what,
right here.
Yeah, so that's all I had ever seen before. And I was like, that's cool. I guess that's what NFTs are. And then when I actually started getting into NFTs myself and learned what pool was, and Tommy showed me this, when you click on them, it's like, I understand this a lot more and why these are as popular as they
impressive.
Are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think this was one of the coolest things is that, it went from that static image to, hey, you know what, it's nighttime over here where we're at right now. And, these trees, eventually they evolve over time, right? Like they're beautiful, like they're moving, they're swaying, they grow flowers, they wither during the winter and grow during the spring. I know there's, some stuff I'm excited for this March and like April area, when flowers start to bloom again. So Damian, I know this is such an ambitious project, right?
Yeah.
You said, I don't understand, I guess, where did the idea come from? Why trees? And there's a lot of research that went into this stuff, right? Like you have, was it over 50 years of historical data built into these through the actual coordinates?
Yeah, I found a page in an ONG page. I don't remember exactly the name, but there is a page where we have all the 50 years season or climate for different coordinates. They have like a color map.
Right.
You can download different color map for different months of the year. And then I download all that color maps and then transfer the color map to the different probabilities for rain and for snow and for temperature. And then based on that, I make the climate change, because I need to learn a lot of things. For example, I learned JavaScript. I coded for a lot of years, but I never code in JavaScript, but for this one, I learned that. And another thing is because PoolPM block the API calls, then I need to take that way to trying to have something similar to real season or real climate.
Right.
Using historic data.
Yeah, I was going to say too, because that was one of the first things that I noticed down in the metadata when you open these things up. They're all tied right to a certain country, and they each have day, night, rain, snow, different things like that. But you tie it to the actual latitude, longitude, and you can actually look them up in those different countries. So, how accurate are you? Said it's pretty accurate. You've taken about 50 years worth of data to code into these different areas, because there's quite a bit of them out there. And if you have 10,000 trees, I mean, was there a certain set number that you always wanted to do for the original 10,000, or was it just because 10,000 was, one of the staples of dropping an NFT project? What got you into why 10,000 of them to start?
Yeah, no, I select 10,000, based on the space bus, but basically on all the projects.
Right, yeah.
And then I take a warm up and pixelate that, trying to have 10,000 pixels. And then I saw which countries have trees, and doing this, I really learn a lot of things about different countries. Really small countries, different small islands,
right,
in the Pacific. And then I start to put some trees by hand in different countries, trying to cover all the countries in the world.
Yeah. Well, I know there's quite a bit of these things, and it was kind of cool because everybody started to find the rarities of different countries. There's the alpha trees as well as the Alonzo, which I know you've released a little bit later, back in mid-September, so in relation to the Alonzo hard fork as well. I think I don't have an actual one. I had to pull it up here from CNFT because they're a little out of my price range. But these are the alpha trees, which are pretty much like the staple, right? Everybody looks to go after. So for me, it was just the fact that it felt like it was actually like almost like living, right? That was the cool thing about these things, and the fact that they grew over time was a huge sell to me. I know I have it, so I just have, for example, one of the trees I kind of documented in the early days of CardanoTrees. What my tree looked like. It started out as these sticks earlier from here and and over through the months, you can see the progression that it grew from for the different little things. So that was one of the things too, is I was like, oh man, I got some sticks over here. I
Were you ready
for
that, Tommy? Did you know that they were going to develop to that?
No, I didn't know it was going to grow into those, and it was so cool, and that was so awesome. It was like I have an NFT that's not just one. It evolves over time, and that was such the appeal to these things that I think a lot of people miss out on. So it was so cool to really see that. The evolving aspect of that. How hard was that to get, I don't even know where to start. You said you actually learned Haskell in order to program this stuff. Like how difficult was that to actually get going? Because I feel like a lot of what you're doing is very progressive and, a lot of firsts in this actual space itself.
Yeah, no, that is made in JavaScript. And then because all the trees, all the generative design technique that I use for the trees have a random number to generate the different bifurcation of branches and all that kind of things. That I made was like a function that covers 1 year, And then when we complete 1 year, they change the seed for the random number generation, and then the tree grows in similar way. Obviously, always will be the same species.
Yeah.
But grows quite different. Yeah?
Right.
Oh,
and I know we haven't even made it through our first year cycle right now. You know, we're only a few months in. So a lot of these things are going to continue to go back and around, and people are going to have all new, you know, they may have new desires here coming into the spring about what they want to go ahead and pick up.
Well, these were so early, and since it was the first NFT like this, especially on Cardano, I bet a lot of people were surprised when they got their tree and saw the sticks like you had, Tommy. We were thinking like, oh, I got a bare tree, thinking, oh, okay, I guess this is the NFT I got. And then actually watching it develop over time, that was probably a nice surprise for a lot of people, because they weren't expecting anything like that, because it, you know, had never been done before.
No, and it's fully on chain, right? So as long as the Cardano blockchain is alive, you know, these trees are alive on the chain.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really cool. So, I mean, Damian, I know you guys being an OG in the space, I know you guys recently have started to pick up more on, you know, the social media. You know, you guys are starting to get your work out there. I'm sure you're extremely busy working on a lot of different things right now, to say the least. So are you a one-man team on a lot of this stuff right now, working on all the coding and development of this?
Yeah, the coding part and the artistic part is made by me. Now I'm working with Fede, that is a friend of mine.
Yes.
That are working on more on the communication part and trying to manage Discord and Twitter and all that things.
That's a job
in
itself.
I have and for sure I have several mods that really helps a lot to the project at the beginning.
Yeah.
And were you kind of like, were you into trees before you chose trees? Were you kind of a tree nerd, or did you have to learn about all these different types of trees and species and stuff like that for the project?
I really, some years ago, I started making something generative art in general, because I am engineer. And I coded because I am working on numerical simulation, making software things like something like this. Based on that, and I really like art too. And then generative art is a good combination of coding and art. And then I already done a lot of things about generative art, but only for me or my family, and no one saw nothing earlier. And about the tree in particular, now I started to learn for this one different techniques, and for sure I now I am starting to learn different techniques to the bonsai for the next year. There are more sophisticated techniques to make trees that I will try to use to the bonsais for the next year.
Well, I know about the bonsais, but any plans for any other plants in the future? Like maybe flowers or?
Well, guys, what we're going to segue right into here is that you have these add-ons that are coming out this week, right?
Yeah.
Right on Wednesday.
Exactly.
So from what I've understood on this is so this is available, that's coming out this Wednesday to all OG 10K holders as well as the Alonso holders, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And with these, this is a brand new, again, where you really push these things forward, at least for me, when we're looking at these, right? It's, you know, these different add-ons that you're looking to do. It's what I think it's a first in the space, right? To have to be able to physically add on to an on-chain project and have them all combined into one NFT, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
the idea is trying to make something that to combine with the original trees and trying to don't harm the rarities or the abundance or anything. The idea is trying to add something fancy or something good for this. Yeah.
So this is where we were talking about, TJ, right? So we have so there's going to be bundles that get sold this Wednesday, correct? So there's going to be 2,500 of these bundles that are sold at 12 ADA. You're going to get back 2 ADA, and you're going to receive the fancy plant test, as well as the fireworks, as well as the sun and moon test. And then they're going to combine all together to have a display NFT test that references the original Cardano tree itself, so that eventually you get, you know, the entire package. If I could get them all over here somewhere, I have it. To get all of them to show up in one like this, right? That's
okay. So you'll get to keep your original reference, so you'll be able to still see that one if you like, and then you'll also have the one with all the fun stuff and the add-ons. Like I like the moon and the sun a lot. I didn't consider that.
Yeah.
I know the night and day cycle changes, but and the weather changes, but The moon and the sun looks really good. I saw in the other picture you had, Tommy, where it actually had them overlaid, where the sun and moon were next to each other, so you could actually see
Right.
what it will be like next when they're between the two.
Right.
You have both of them. That's really cool. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of what you got going on here. So these, I guess right now, to put this in, so I know you have all these three displaying. So is this going to display next to, say, my actual Cardano tree itself, or will this be replacing, or where, how does that actually work?
Yeah, the idea, that one idea, I try a lot of different ways to do that, but I select one that I think is an elegant way. Is that all the different different add-ons, like the moon or the fireworks or the plant, are different canvas that are stacked one in top of the other.
Okay.
Then I create some code structure where you can code anything there, and then based on that code structure, it will be really easy to combine the different codes and to stack the different canvas one in front of the other. Follow that structure. Basically, you are referencing different NFTs, and the other parameters are some variables that you can pass to the functions.
Okay.
For example, the moon, when you use the moon as a standalone NFT, you see the moon in the whole string. And then when you put in the display NFT, you can scale down that and put in the upper right corner, for example, or where you like to put that.
Wow,
that's cool. I don't need to move
Okay.
it around. I like that.
And you can choose the size of it.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
its placement.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to be able to create it
Yeah.
yourself and have fun with it.
How does that actually work? So say I want to go ahead and, I've layered everything up here like I have on this display NFT. How does the sizing and stuff work on that? How do we have control over that?
Yeah, the moon is the second one. That is SM test, the sun and moon test.
Okay.
And then the number one and number two, you see that because the moon has two layers. One layer is for the background, that is blue during the day and black during the night. And the other layer is the moon or the sun.
Okay.
And then for that NFT, you have two layers. And then you can mount the both layers in a display NFT or only one. And the other parameters that you saw in the metadata are the scale. Scale is the radius of the moon is the 0.1.
Okay.
That is related to the size of the screen. Is 10% of the screen.
Okay.
And the other variables are related, are the X position and the Y position related to the size of the screen. Then is 70% in the X position and 25% in the Y position.
Okay.
And then based on that, you define the size and the position of the moon, for example.
Is there going to be a website or anything? Where do we go to actually make those determinations?
Yeah, the idea is to first we need to modify the original trees, because the original trees are all drawn in the same canvas.
Right.
Then will be not possible to put something, for example, between the sky and the tree. Will be not possible to put something in the middle because all is the same canvas.
Right.
Then during January I will modify all this, trying to code the trees in different layers. You have the background, you have the trees, you have the rain, everything in one layer separately.
Yes. And
then we will create in our page, in our website, a tool to combine. The idea is we will try to have a tool trying to, you can, for example, connect your wallet and then select which NFT you have, and then put the parameters and then create the display NFT. That is more or less the idea.
Okay.
We need to explore different ways to do that in an easy way. Yeah. I don't know if we will have some predefined structures, or will be totally free for everyone to put the moon everywhere or the plant or everything.
Okay, so you guys have
cool.
I know it's still brand, an early idea right now, right? Of you guys are still developing a lot of this stuff right now currently. So is the plan down the line maybe to have some sort of a, whether it be a marketplace or an online website where you would connect like your Nami or one of those wallets, or possibly like an app of some kind to be able to do all this on chain? on either on the phone or what's your idea, I think, long term, for what you want these visions to be able to combine all this stuff together?
Yeah, I think we have I think we can make some apps for cell phone or for the computer, but we are in conversation with the Nano frames too,
Yes.
because they will have an app store. And for example, we think that, for example, you can have an app in the frame to combine different NFTs based on that structure, for example.
Right.
Maybe will be not necessary to create the display NFT itself. Maybe you can have only the NFTs and then combine in the frame, for example, or in an app in your phone or in the website.
Well, I know we actually did a sit down not literally last week with Bastian over at Nano Frames, and he was kind of alluding to that, right? Of once that was the whole sell for that. It was like I always it's beautiful seeing these on my computer. It's beautiful seeing them on my phone. I'd love to see that in the house because throughout the day I would love to see that change. So it's awesome that you guys are partnering up with them. But the fact that he mentioned the fact that you are able to take possibly 2 NFTs and merge them together via the dApp that they're creating as well, to be able to display those multiple things. So you guys are kind of working with them in order to get that done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think CardanoTree from the beginning trying to, but my idea is trying to show the CardanoTrees NFTs like real art.
Right.
I think it's something good enough to have in your wall, for example, at home or something like this. And then for me that the Nano Frame project is amazing because it's something that we need to expand the project.
Nano Frames, I know there's like the Aeonium Sky, one of their NFTs, the recent, I think it was the 007 drop they did, played music on some of them. Have you considered for some of the trees that have like rain having, maybe if there was like a rain noise or something like that came out of the Nano Frames?
Maybe we can make some add-ons from sounds or music or
that'd
anything.
Be cool. Because I mean, I like to go to sleep like with rain sounds and stuff. So if you could have my nighttime Nano Frame with the raining tree, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I have an idea to make something with this one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got is that an instrument back there behind you?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Do you know that?
Oh, that's cool.
I don't recognize
it's a really amazing instrument.
What is that called?
It's handpan.
Handpan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that, and that sounds.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think in the future we work on something, trying to make some about that. Yeah.
Really? See, that interests me a lot too, man. I think the possibilities are endless for what you guys are doing. It's still so early, right? We're a few months into this, it released back in April, these CNFTs, right? And it's come such a long way. I know you guys also have plans in addition to, with Nano Frames getting ready to come out, you're going to have a new way to display these things and show them off. But you guys are also working possibly, I know you were talking about, I guess, with Alessandro for working on a marketplace for the trees. Are you guys still in development on that?
Yeah. I started trying to make something, but I'm in conversation with different marketplaces too. I really don't know it because I think that in the next months we will have a lot of marketplaces.
Right.
Using a smart contract.
Oh yeah.
And then I really like to have our own marketplace. I think for the add-ons we will have that one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe we can have something special with some already marketplace that this works great, because I don't know if people will like to sell for example the tree in our marketplace, or they prefer to put that in another marketplace that have more visibility.
Right.
And then I will work in both ways. We will try to have our own marketplace and to try to, because that kind of NFTs are different. In general, they are not they have not good visualization in the marketplaces. It's not easy to show the thumbnails or we are working now with Shape Store, trying to put a screenshot of the trees.
Okay. So you said JPEG store?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the thumbnails, trying to put a screenshot of the trees, trying to
Right.
have a better visualization in the main page, because a lot of people think that the trees are only the thumbnails, for example.
Right. Yep.
And that is a problem. Yeah. But
well, I think that's a big thing that we've had conversations on too recently, is about these recent, all the marketplaces coming out. Smart contracts are starting to be introduced. You have the JPEG store, you just have CNFT that finally got that going as well. You have Genesis House out there, you have Token. So these guys do, they're working on those things. But again, I think with the technology for yours, you need to be able to see what the tree looks like in real time. It's harder to, I know even the community has gotten pretty involved, and I wanted to go ahead and actually share, something there, but which was early on, and how I found out a lot of this stuff was the CNFTrees.com from Disply. He went ahead and actually made a whole marketplace, that links all these different things to where the listings are. So you can sort them by the tree, the common, the rarity, fruits and flowers, and it'll actually tell you where the listings are, pricing. And if it'll actually take you, if you want to look at it, to the on-chain thing of this, so you can actually see what it looks like. And that was all developed through the community, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So and so if you have something like this, that was able to on-chain, and and you're able to get it onto like a JPEG store, it'll get a bigger audience out there, I think, to people. And it's I think everybody's longing for smart contracts right now, right? They want to be able, they're so sick of waiting on the assets, the seller, to go ahead and send stuff over to you. And I think that's a big problem right now. And another conversation that we've had with other artists that we've talked about is the actual royalties themselves, right? Like, you guys should be getting paid your royalties for these secondary sales, because it helps fund the project even further on. So I know a lot of these smart contract marketplaces are where, the next push really needs to be in order to grow this space. So, I just wanted to share that out there. So you guys are in talks, because I know JPEG Store seems to be one of the big ones everybody's kind of moving to right now. So you guys are in the process of getting verified over there with them?
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Okay. And I don't know. Let me see.
That's smart though, to show the tree too. I mean, get a little better. People need to see them. I think some people just are confused, and they'd be blown away if they actually knew. So that's cool to hear that that's being in development. And
I just need to get
hopefully that gets it out there.
I need to get before that happens. That's going to raise the floor so much more. People see what it actually is. Like, oh wow, I need to get these now.
I just don't think that people really truly understand, what these things are and what the appeal is. But most of the people in the early, in the early CNFT space that I've spoken with, everybody's on board that, these, I don't know why these don't get more love than they deserve right now. They, you guys are definitely on everybody's underrated list right now. I know on mine as well, that you guys have such an awesome project, awesome artwork, and what you're doing is so innovative in this space. That's what this whole thing is to raise awareness for you guys, and get the word out to others who may just have jumped in the last few months here. And, they see the profile style pictures that are coming, they're popular, but they don't really understand what some of this stuff is. And, that's the goal here, is to get this out to people.
Well, have people not seen the racing game? I mean, you can racing trees. the first working game on Cardano, first living CNFTs, and we're just in the beginning. It's only December. It's been everything's moving so fast, but like now I'm excited, Tommy, to watch your tree die, and how its regrowth will be now that it'll have. I didn't realize it had different limb patterns that'll grow into it, where it'll be the same species, but it even grows in differently the next time. So they still have so much more to develop too, that people haven't even got their full tree experience yet for owning one.
Bleach your tree.
Well, that's the thing too, right? Is that it does. Here's a time lapse stuff. I know, as we were talking and joking about the one racing. But you can, as you can see over here, the thing grows, and it, that's a full, right? This is like a speed lapse of all this stuff currently growing right now, right? But there's so much more to these than just a tree that just it is truly like growing and living on chain, which is awesome to see. And then I kind of wanted to reference, we're big fans of Eltano over here on Freedom 35ers. So I wanted to ask about Eltano, because I know everybody, I think, at some form has been introduced to him inside the CNFT community. Now he's the ultimate hype man out there. He's stuck in caps lock, and he says his Nokia 3310. So you actually, I know we were going back. I don't know if I have it up here for the actual the actual roadmap itself, but you guys actually partnered up with Eltano, I think, for the Eltano Speaks over here. Can you explain a little bit about that? How did you get in contact with Eltano, and what is the nature of that relationship?
Yeah, no, I am a really fan of Eltano.
I think everybody is, right? He's so much fun.
Everybody, totally. Now, the idea is to make something to.
There it is.
To recognize, that one. Yeah.
So you actually got in contact, right? His joke was, you know, there was a big post that went on about CardanoTrees about what's the utility of all these projects, when everybody was asking where's the roadmap, you know, and he made this funny joke of when are we going to race the trees, right? And it kind of stuck throughout the community. So you guys actually had some fun with this, and you guys actually made a little simulator with the Nokias, with the CardanoTrees, and the old reference to video games. We're actually racing these things. How did that idea come apart? And did you guys just kind of speak with Eltano and it kind of ran with it, or how did that come about?
I was speaking with Eltano, and then I remember that game because I am quite old, and
It reminds me of the SNES game or NES game.
No, it was like the one where the wheel was there and the car just moved back and forth on the screen, and the screen moved.
Exactly, the screen moved exactly. And then I searched for that. All the games that I play when I was child now runs in JavaScript really easily. And then you can play that in a cell phone, and at that time I need the computer. And then I try to put that and replace the cars and everything with the Nokia. And with different I don't know if you can see, but I put different other projects in the other cell phone.
Oh wow, I see the dead pixels that was stuck in there.
Some space buds and some.
His space buds, I didn't even notice that until you just said that. That's actually really clever.
The idea is trying to gain and I pass everyone.
So that's amazing too. And then so is this one of the add-ons that we're going to end up seeing too on here? The Eltano Speaks, the actual Nokia itself?
That add-on will be available.
It's very blurry.
When we modify when we have already modified the trees, we have that one available. Now we decide to only launch that 3 different add-ons.
Right.
To show the concept. I see
of course, right.
I see the plant with the fireworks and the moon is enough.
It makes
the concept.
Right. Yeah. If everybody just shows up and there's a Nokia there next to the tree, I don't think people might be out of context a little bit if they're not in on the joke. So maybe, but that's awesome that you guys have actually done that. And I know on the roadmap itself, you guys have the Eltano Speaks. Is this what the Eltano Speaks is, or is there something else where you guys maybe doing something that we don't know about?
No, it's that one, but you can see different Eltano phrases.
Quotes, right?
During the day.
Why is it not Eltano Screams? Because he's always in cast lock. He's always cast lock.
And that is full on chain too.
Really?
I really learned how to put SVGs on chain, and then the Nokia is an SVG, super vectographic. And then you can put full on chain that kind of NFTs.
So when you're starting to do something like that, because I do very small projects, no coding or anything like that, like on Photoshop, things like that, but I don't always have like a full idea. I just kind of start playing around with it. It sounds like for some of these projects, it's your first time trying something. You just kind of have an idea and start putting it together and coding and see what comes out. Is that kind of how your process goes?
Yeah, totally. I start with something simple. For example, for that one, I start with some rectangle and something like this. Put the phrase, the different phrases and that. And then I download at the end I download the real Nokia photograph and trying to draw something.
And fill it in and everything, and just kind of add on as you go. That's similar to the small things that I do. Is I usually then also kind of bounce it off Tommy and TJ for some extra help or ideas, but same kind of thing. It's usually the first time trying it, and it's just kind of start putting it together, and then it more and more becomes a clearer picture, and then you just put the finishing touches on it.
I was wondering if I could find any more, but the main thing for me is that you guys are having fun with it, with this stuff as well. that's one of the, the big things about it too, is that you guys would take a community thing that was just, something fun that, some guy in the Discord, and he ended up becoming a big part of the community. And I think that's why a lot of people, I always find my way back into the CardanoTrees Discord, even if it's, just for a little bit, just to say hi or something like that, just because he comes in there and you'll throw a crown in there and everybody will kind of react and it gets everybody going. And it's fun that you embrace that too, as part of the community, and that you guys are willing to work and grow. So I that was something fun for me to see.
Yeah, totally.
Have you actually ever seen Eltano, what he looks like?
No, I never seen that. Yeah.
I was always wondering what he looks like.
I know that he lives in Australia.
Okay,
and then maybe I will try to fly to there to know.
That's funny to me. But I wanted to showcase too one more time, since we are on here, but I think the big thing for us is that, again, people don't understand or see it enough. For these actual trees themselves. I wanted to go ahead and which screen? Are you seeing Twitter right now? Or are you seeing
Twitter? Yes, sir.
This one with the Cardano forest right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this back. So we're having a little bit of I'm on screen one actually right here. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and showcase this as well for these nano frames, because that was something that we talked about, right? So this is the big thing that I'm excited about, because they just dropped about as well, and it's the fully on chain here, so you guys are going to be able to connect and actually see these things in real motion, and then so all the add-ons too. So eventually you're going to be able to do your display NFT with all the layers and everything set up. That's the goal, is to get all these into one little frame here on the same screen.
Yeah.
So
that idea. Yeah.
Perfect timing too, because the nano frames drop today, and then the add-ons come out. Today is Monday, so on Wednesday the nano frames come out in 2 days, correct?
Yeah.
So we got 2 days till that, and then a lot for everything coming in line for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right. Everybody's getting in there, and I know I just saw an announcement for you guys as well, is that you guys are anybody who's minting during this pre-sale right now, you guys do have an airdrop that's going to be coming out with nano frames, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So that's going to
be if they reach 1,000, I will make some special NFTs to that.
Awesome.
People.
Okay. Well, I'm
to
hoping,
show off in the nano frame. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
I would love to see something like that. I just love that. Yeah, that you guys are starting to partner up with some of these guys. So that was something I wanted to show off.
The nano frames team is amazing. Yeah. I really.
Well, and the trees are one of the best things to kind of highlight what they're doing with the frames. So, especially something like that, if they can get 1,000 sold, all those new nano frames owners, that some of the other NFTs may not look as great as once they get their tree in there. That'll definitely be something good to add in that they can display.
Totally. And I was talking to maybe we will try to make something special for example, for the bonsais. Maybe we can make some special frame for that, or or something drop with frames and NFTs together, or something. We'll have a conversation, or maybe some different design for the frames based on bonsais, or I don't know. Yeah.
And so for me too, is like that the bonsai trees. That's the next release that's going to be after you. So you have the add-ons, obviously, that are coming out this Wednesday, and then I know in Q2 of 2022 is when you're looking to do the bonsai. And they're going to be 1-to-1, I guess, with the CardanoTree. So if you hold a CardanoTree, you'll be able to mint one bonsai, and then so forth like that. So I know that's going to be an exciting time, and I think that obviously will pull some people into this space too. But I'm really excited for another release, only because I wish I would have minted more on release day back then. But it really truly was one of the first things that really got me going into this. I actually minted a super rare on mint day on that, and not even knowing what it was, and it would enable me to sell and get into buy a bunch more stuff into it. So it was a good introduction to the community, and was probably, like I said, we call it the tree cord over there for the Discord, but it's one of my favorite Discords to be a part of. It always feels like home over there.
Another cool thing that I will try to make during the next year is some teaching sessions.
Yes.
Because the idea of the add-ons is, the idea is trying to teach the people, or artists or general people, how the on-chain NFT works, how to code something simple in HardScript and that thing. And for me, it would be amazing if someone, other artists or only CardanoTree fans, trying to make their own add-ons.
Yeah.
And maybe we can make some yeah,
Some cool collabs,
some
maybe.
cool collab,
Possibly?
or yeah, exactly.
I was going to ask that.
The
I
idea
saw
is to
that.
have all open for everything, yeah, because the add-ons can combine not only with the trees. You can create a new project only using the idea of the add-ons, and then you combine anything. And another cool thing about add-ons is that you overcome the size problem about on-chain NFTs, because in on-chain NFT you only can put more or less 16 kilobytes.
Right.
But if you make it with the idea of the display NFTs, you can make in parts in different NFTs and combine it all together in
to make one NFT,
okay.
So you can actually get past the limit right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually, I never thought about that.
So the idea is, would you like release videos, or would they be on Discord, kind of step by step, to show almost how to make your own layering and then put those together on display, and then you can actually mint them as an NFT with your tree, like make your own add-ons then?
Yeah, I think I will make some videos, but
Okay.
but I really like to make some real-time sessions with the
Like
people.
do like a live streaming.
Oh,
almost.
okay.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. All right, because that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun to do.
I really like to teach. I worked more or less 15 years teaching things at university.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I really like that part of the project. Yeah, I really like to teach the people different things.
Especially, when they're doing something creative like that and adding on to your own project. I mean, it'd be fun to do like make my own living cardinal or robin or bird or something, and then I can layer them in and have them live on my living tree.
Yeah,
right.
There's a lot you could do with that. I mean, once you start, learning the code part or the layering part, and you can add a lot of stuff on.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is endless too. You don't always have to do, mainly a big 10K mint or anything after that. If you have, you could release almost like DLC content almost for these trees, where you could do different packs, different themes throughout the year, even if it's just one or two of them, to say, hey guys, I can pick this up for 10, 12 ADA to add on to my different things. So it's unique.
Christmas ornaments or something, or Halloween decorations or something.
You can constantly switch them out too every time
exactly.
of the year.
For the different seasons.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We had we have a good buddy, Wraith CNFT. He just did like almost their little Wraith ghost, and it looked like an ornament almost for Christmas. And we were like, how cool would it be if we had a Cardano tree that lit up and grew during the Christmas time, and we were able to add the ornaments or the other NFTs onto that tree. So that sounds like a cool thing. So I know, Damian, other than I know you guys are offering the art collection. You guys are trying to, help others in this space too, and push everybody forward. Are there any other plans that you guys have going forward? I know you have a pretty ambitious roadmap for what you guys are doing now. Anything else?
Another thing that we are working now is in the NFT for Good alliance.
Yes.
Basically, we are discussing with different projects how to make that. But the idea is again, I receive a lot of messages from different projects. I am trying to help everyone with different things. But the idea is to make some alliance with different projects that have some cost behind, and then we all together we can make something. For example, something like a launch pad or something like this for new projects, trying to accelerate their development and their marketing, or maybe we can. Another idea that we are conversing now, chatting with different persons, is, for example, make some marketplace that has carbon neutral, for example, or that donate part of the fees to different causes. And then focus all the projects that have some cost behind in that marketplace. I don't know. We have a conversation. Trying to convert different ideas, but we are working on that, and I think we can share something during January, trying to organize that. But I think it's a really good way to trying to expand or to push different projects to make more.
I know you guys obviously have a good message behind you. You have good, you guys also partnered with the Cardano Foundation and also Veritree as well. I know you guys have a green, you're thinking green out there as well. It's not just, a project that's going on. You guys are actually helping out. And I know you guys, can you explain a little bit about the Veritree? If anybody was into that, I remember during the Cardano Summit, there was, we could mint some of this, we were donating some ADA out there. We were getting the Veritree tokens.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on with that?
Yeah, the idea about the Veritree and Cardano Foundation is that we will have a Cardano forest where all the ADA donated to Veritree will, for one ADA you will have one tree, and to during January or February or March you can redeem your Veritree token to different NFTs that I am made some ones, and Egon from Stellar Hood will make the others.
Okay.
And the idea is to have the first forest that is in the blockchain, because Veritree has a really good technology that they take some data from the real trees, and then you can have for example, more or less in real time, you can have the size, the number of branches, number of seeds, or number of leaves, and so on. Because I really don't know that, but generally when you donate one tree, for example, that is the easy part. But for the one tree to have a real impact, you need to really care about that, and you need that the tree lives, for example, 20 years. To have a real impact on the environment.
Yeah.
And then that idea of Veritree and verification reforestation, because they have all that technology that, for example, if there is a fire, for example, they replant the trees, and you have a really a measurement, or really real data that you know if the tree that you plant have an impact or not.
Okay.
And for example, the different stake pools make some numbers about the Cardano blockchain consumption. We already have 500,000 trees donated that are 500,000 trees, and with that we are a carbon neutral blockchain.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's awesome that you guys are making a real impact with them and are able to do that and reach it out through Cardano. And I know I remember I think I donated like 15 ADA at the time back when that summit went through, and had the Veritree token as well. So people are going to actually be able to redeem and do something with that down the line here as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you guys considered, because you just had me thinking too, with the Cardano forest that you guys have, or something that's fully on chain, have you guys considered options, or are any talks with somebody like a Pavia or one of those metaverses coming out there? Because I know there's forest on Pavia's map state, right? Have you guys considered anything like that?
Yeah, I start thinking about how to make the trees in 3D to have the idea. If we can make that, the idea is to each Cardano tree holder can have some 3D tree to put in Pavia or on any metaverse, because all the metaverse use the same kind of file or 3D file basically. We are thinking on how to transform, maybe using the same logic with the same technique, trying to make it 3D, and maybe we can have some lands in Pavia.
I was just thinking that, Tommy, like how not even a forest would be cool with everyone's, or just, you have your little plot in your house or whatever you build on it, and you go out, you have your tree in your front lawn, or your, smaller trees in your back lawn, and you're watering them and taking care of them in your metaverse, and all your trees are right there for you.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool. That'd be a lot of fun. There's a lot you could do with that. It's exciting stuff. There's a lot that's being developed, so it'll be it's interesting to see as new things come out, and how that can then influence and help you guys, how we're going to add into this or create along with it.
Well, not even that, everybody is working together too. I think that's the biggest thing about Cardano that we've seen, and through everybody that we talk to, is that it's one giant community here, and everybody tends to really want to help each other out and push the face forward. So that's the cool part about that. And I love what you guys are doing. And I know you guys, you're hard at work on what you got going on. Some of the stuff that you're developing right now, like you said, is first inside of the space itself. So I know, you may not have the time to always go ahead and market this stuff out here, which, I just wanted to shout out what you're doing out there. We really appreciate, the hard work that you're putting out there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
so
big fans. We talk about it all the time. And we've,
oh yeah,
At least once on
bring
every
up,
show.
yeah, and Eltano and
Thank-
the community too, the Discord, everyone involved. It's it's easy to
Yeah.
see the presence.
One
even
of a
on Twitter
kind,
and
for sure.
everything. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
you guys are being a lot more active too. You guys have the tree pick competitions that you guys have going on inside the Discord. You guys are doing the weekly leaflet every week, kind of releasing a new updates to the community about what you guys have going on. So the engagement and everything's starting to speed up, and I'm really excited for the add-ons on Wednesday. So just to let everybody know who is listening to that, so there's going to be only 2,500 bundles available, and the snapshot. So tomorrow you're gonna have to take a look in your wallets at 1900 UTC. Tomorrow on the 19th, they're gonna the snapshot's taking place, and then from there on out on Wednesday, the 1900 UTC, you're going to be able to actually mint, during those bundles for 12 ADA, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Wow,
So-
2,500 though. Those should. I mean, there's 10,000 trees out there. You gotta be ready for that one.
And you can mint multiple
Yeah.
bundles though, right? It just has
Okay.
to
You
be one
can.
per transaction.
Yeah, but there are, I think there are more or less 2,300 wallets, more or less.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And then 2,500, I think is enough. And another detail of the add-ons is that if you have, for example, 10 trees in your wallet and one moon, you can put the moon in the 10 trees. You don't need
okay.
you don't need 10 moons to put in 10 trees.
Oh,
Right.
that's cool.
That's cool. Because of that, we decided to make only 2,000.
That makes a lot more
500.
sense. Okay, cool.
It's
Nice. So
multiple trees,
everyone will
then,
get
Tommy. You
those.
can get a moon for all of them, just the one bundle. Then.
Correct.
Well,
So-
some bundles have like different color fireworks or anything like that. Oh, okay.
No,
Well,
the fireworks are more or less the same. Are
Okay.
totally random. But
Mhm.
yeah, will be five color moon, different color moons, and
oh,
all the plants are different.
Different ones.
That,
And they have different
But,
rarities, right? As well.
the plants have, I think, 12 different flowers. Oh no,
Okay.
eight different flower shapes,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of different colors to the petals and to the pistils.
Curious on the add-ons for like the ones that have flowers. Are those going to always have flowers, or those will also change throughout the seasons? Or they always have flowers?
The flowers goes out during winter. Yeah.
Oh wow! So they
And
actually evolve as well.
Yeah, and that is I think it's a funny thing that, for example, for the plants I put only northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere to have when is winter.
Right.
But if you put the plant in with a tree, the plant will use the winter from the tree.
So it knows, it picks up on the code for that.
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's really cool, actually.
I didn't even consider that you have trees in both hemispheres, like because we're up in Florida in the United States, so it's it's our winter right now, but
yeah,
down on the southern side, like where you're at, it's summertime, so it's completely different. It's flipped. I didn't realize it was built into the trees though too.
That's actually really
the
interesting.
details. It just keeps getting more and more in depth. Like they're already so impressive. I can't believe how deep that goes. I didn't know about the 50 years of the information too for the region and the, I guess, the weather reports and meteorology. That's amazing.
What happens if, let's say, for whatever reason, a tree in real life gets destroyed that you own or have in that coordinate? What happens then to the NFT part of it?
They're not the actual tree.
No, I know I'm saying though, but they're going off the weather and how it grows and stuff. That's what I'm asking though. Like I know it doesn't obviously like
no, you can go to every latitude, longitude, and you'll find your tree planted right there.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm curious.
Or weather events come through. What if you have hurricanes come through? Like we're down in we're right there in Florida, so you got your Florida tree and
see water just underwater.
Yeah, it's
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, does it go real time like that?
Yeah.
Like the plot. Like how in depth does it go living on the chain? I'm just wondering how that works.
A few years from now, it's going to be in live time. Oh, I didn't even know there's a hurricane outside.
That's what I'm saying. Check my tree. That's what I'm saying.
Or wildfires come through, your trees.
That's right. It's not set on fire. Then Tommy gets a stick again.
True. Well, that's awesome though, that what you guys got going on, Damian. Well, so Wednesday, I guess everybody, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for that. And that's only for the release. Obviously, if you have a tree, that it makes sense. You can't buy one if you can't use it if you don't have a Cardano tree, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the moon.
You could
Yeah.
have a, so if you bought if you did say you did buy a bundle and you didn't have a tree, would
Yeah.
you be able to individually view those bundles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the idea is to try to each add-on is beautiful enough to use as a standalone NFT.
Right.
Yeah, the flower
That's
will
my idea. Yeah.
be alive.
Okay.
You'll have the flower. Like that'll be a living
The flower,
thing.
yeah, and I think the sun and
Mini
moon
tree.
because the moon evolves in phase. I
Yeah.
think is and more or less is related to the real phase of the moon,
Oh,
and
wow.
then
Okay.
and then I think it's great to have that.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited to see. Is that now I didn't know there was 5 different colors too. So I'm excited to see the different moons.
Well, I'm waiting for Wednesday now. I'm really excited for this, and then I'm excited for the community too to get this. It gets the excitement going again about CardanoTrees, because I remember for the first month, man, it was a lot of fun over there. Like the Discord was popping, everybody was talking about what, showing off the different trees that they had, and it feels like years in this space, even from the past few months. So it'll be fun to get everybody back up and running on the trees itself. And you guys definitely deserve the praise and the recognition out there as being one. So we have Damian. So I'm going to go ahead. If everybody's looking for CardanoTrees and where to get these add-ons, where should they be looking as far as your social media and stuff like that?
I think the best way is to join to the Discord, our Discord, and then we have all the information and all the. Or we have our website, but we are making a new one.
Okay.
For during January, we will have a new one.
Okay.
Better appearance, but now is there the information, but maybe the Discord is the best way to.
Yep. Just
And
reach
if you
out
have any
to
questions or anything in the Discord. They got everyone there to help. I mean,
they got some good mods. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or hit up Eltano and he'll caps lock you out, and he'll get everybody stirred up, and it'll get going. Right.
Any doubt, let's say
yes. All right. Well, Damian, I appreciate your time coming on. It was great to learn a lot more about this. I didn't realize the depth of what you guys really have going on, but it's awesome to see the work that you're putting in, and I'm excited for the next year to see where the CardanoTrees themselves go. I know I'll be sitting there supporting alongside. So thanks for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you to you.
Amazing things to hear. That was a lot of fun. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So again, we appreciate everybody for listening. This is another Freedom 35er sit down, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.